Hello guys, introduction to trigonometry. First of all, what exactly is trigonometry? Now as I have written, trigonometry is the study of relationship between the sides and angles of a triangle. Now in this, we are going to learn about the ratios of sides of a right triangle with respect to acute angles, and these are called trigonometric ratios. As these are ratios, they are unitless, so they don't have any unit. Before we move ahead, I would like to give you a brief introduction to some applications of trigonometry which we are going to study later on in detail. Now suppose here in this figure AB is a high-rise building. I want to find the height of this building, an approximate height. How to find it? Now the method is that suppose there is an observer standing at point C. I have written observer at point C, and this observer looks at the highest point of the building, which is A. Now the imaginary line which joins point A with C, as shown in black color, is called as line of sight, and the green line is the distance between the observer and the building, and it is on the ground. This is horizontal distance. Now if I know this distance BC, and I know the angle ACB, which I have denoted by theta, so if I know these two things, I can find the height of the building in very near approximation. Now second case, suppose CD is a building and AB is a river. I want to find the width of the river. How to do it? Now if an observer stands at point C, that is on the top of the building, and looks at the river, at both the banks of the river, which are represented by point A and B. Now if he knows these angles ACD and angle CAD and CBD, which I have written as 60 degrees and 30 degrees. If we know these two angles, the value of these two angles, where I have given the values, and if he knows the distance AD or he knows the height of the building, then by using trigonometric formulas we can find the width of the river. Now there is another example. Now suppose AB is a tower, right? AB is a tower, and an observer is standing at the point A, that is highest point of the tower, and looks on the plain straight road CDB. CDB is a road on which a car is moving towards the tower. Now suppose at a particular instant of time the car is at C, and after 6 minutes the car reaches point D, right? So if I know the angle P and Q, I can find the time in which the car will reach at the base of the tower B. So these are few applications of trigonometry, simple applications about we will be studying later on. But before that, we have to understand what trigonometric ratios are and how to find that. Now you must have heard people speaking about sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, etc. Now what is this sine, cos, tan and all that? These are trigonometric ratios of a particular angle, theta, which is represented by theta. Now here I have written, now sine A. Sine A means sine of angle A. Cos A means cosine of angle A. Tan A means tangent of angle A. Cot A means cotangent of angle A. Sec A means secant of angle A. And cosec A means cosecant of angle A. How to find it? First of all, let me draw a triangle. I have drawn a triangle ABC, which is a right triangle. Here in this session we are going to concentrate only on right triangles, and we are going to find trigonometric ratios only of acute angles. Now here is a right triangle ABC, right angled at B. If I consider angle A, which I marked, then BC is the side opposite to angle A, or it can be called as perpendicular for angle A. When any side which is a side opposite to a angle in question is a perpendicular. Similarly, AB. AB is the side adjacent to angle A, or it can also be called as base. So base is a side of a triangle which is adjacent to the angle in question. Now the third side AC, that is called hypotenuse. Now here we are going to denote hypotenuse by capital H, perpendicular by capital P, and base by capital B. Now suppose I rotate this triangle, and now in the other way as shown in this figure, and if I now consider angle C, now when I consider angle C, AB becomes side opposite to angle C or perpendicular, wherein in the first case AB was the base, here it is perpendicular. So that means I have to be very particular when I consider a side as a perpendicular or a base. It can be perpendicular for one angle, but it can be base for the other angle. So in this case, AB is the perpendicular for angle C, whereas it was base for angle A. Now side BC, it is adjacent to angle C, or it can be called as the base. Now in this case, BC is the base with respect to angle C, but it is perpendicular with respect to angle A. So we have to differentiate it. We have to be very careful about it when we use the terms perpendicular or base. So they have to be with respect to the angle in question. So again I repeat, the side which is opposite to the angle in question is called as the perpendicular, and the side which is adjacent to the angle in question is called as the base. I want to give you the formula for different trigonometric ratios. Now I am considering this triangle ABC, right angled at B. Now I want to find the trigonometric ratios of angle A. Now see, P represents perpendicular, B represents base, and H represents hypotenuse. Now what is sine A? Sine A is sine of angle A, which is BC divided by AC. It is a ratio of these two sides, and it is unitless because it is a ratio. Now BC is perpendicular and AC is the hypotenuse. So sine A is perpendicular by hypotenuse, which is also side opposite to angle A and hypotenuse. Next, cos A. Cos A is AB by AC. Now AB is the base and AC is the hypotenuse, or it can be written as side adjacent to angle A divided by hypotenuse. Third is tan A. Tan A is BC by AB, that is the ratio of the perpendicular to the base, or it can also be written as side opposite to angle A divided by side adjacent to angle A. Now tan is also equal to sine A by cos A. Now if I do the calculations, I will find sine A by cos A is equal to tan A. Now third is cot A. Cot A is reciprocal of tan A, as I have shown here in the end. Cot A is the reciprocal of tan A. Now cot A is AB by BC, which is base by perpendicular or side adjacent to angle A divided by side opposite to angle A. Secant A, sec A. Sec A is reciprocal of cos A, which is hypotenuse divided by base, or AC by AB, which is hypotenuse divided by side adjacent to the angle A. Now cosec A, 6. Cosec A is 1 by sin A, or that is hypotenuse by perpendicular, which is AC by BC, or hypotenuse divided by side opposite to angle A. Now there are 6 trigonometric ratios. Now I will like to do one question, but before that, how to memorize it in a simple way. Now first you can write S for sine, C for cos, and T for 10. SCT, you can write, you can use any word for this. SCT. Then you can write P divided by H. Perpendicular by hypotenuse. Base by hypotenuse. And third one is perpendicular by base. So if you remember this, SCT, PBP and HHB, if you remember this, then you will not face any problems. Like S for sine, which is perpendicular by hypotenuse, cos, C for cos, which is base by hypotenuse, and T is for tan, which is perpendicular by base. This is how you can easily learn them. Now, one question I will do from NCERT. If 5 cot A is equal to 8, find all other trigonometric ratios. So let us solve this question. Now 15 cot A is equal to 8, or cot A is equal to 8 by 15. Now to solve, because this is a ratio, I can multiply it by any number. So let me multiply, I can multiply it by say x or say k. I multiply it by k, 8k upon 15k. When I multiply it by any number, the ratio does not get altered. So now to solve this, I have to draw a triangle. It is necessary when you do these kind of questions. You have to draw a triangle. Now this is A, this is B, and this is C. This is hypotenuse. Now this is base and this is perpendicular. Now what is cot? Cot is base by perpendicular. So that means base is to perpendicular is equal to 8k is to 15k. So I can write base as 8k and perpendicular as 15k. According to Pythagoras theorem, what is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem says that the sum of square of two sides of a triangle, right angle triangle, is equal to the square of its hypotenuse. Or AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, or AC square is equal to 8k whole square plus 15k whole square, which is equal to 64k square plus 225k square, which is equal to 289k square. So therefore AC, finding square root, AC becomes equal to 17k. So I can write 17k out here. Now to find the trigonometric ratios, first sin A. Sin A is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse, which is equal to 15k by 17k, which is equal to 15 by 17. Now cos A. Cos A is equal to base upon hypotenuse, which is equal to 8k upon 17k, which is equal to 8 upon 17. Now what is cosec A? Cosec A is reciprocal of sin A, 1 by sin A, which is equal to 17 by 15. And what is secant A? Secant A is reciprocal of cos A, which is equal to 17 by 8. And what is tan A? Tan A is equal to 1 by cot A. Now cot A is given to us. Cot A is 8 by 15. So tan A is 15 by 8. So hence this is how we can find all trigonometric ratios. Dear friends, I would request you to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.